dream about winning. That's it. I dream about winning. Every day I wake up, I work my ass off because I want to win, period.
Brian Olatunji is from what you might call the wrong side of Detroit.
This is it. This is where I grew up, right here.
A place where the journey from birth to earth can be a short one, and where a trip to the big house usually doesn't mean the governor's mansion.
Oh, what's good?
Lano, man.
Yeah, Lano.
Yeah.
Dude, how you been?
All right, man. Trying to survive, man.
But the mean streets of the D also produce success stories.
Brian out.
And with the help of a supportive family and an iron will, Brian is determined to become one of them.
I was born and raised on the east side of Detroit, single parent household. My mother's a wonderful woman. Between her and the man above, and obviously my family, I've got a very strong family. That's what got myself and my sisters to this point. I never had a relationship with my father. In fact, I've never met my father. However, you know, that's not something that defines who you are. And so, you know, it's up to me to continue to tread my own path.
Brian's path was in fact a two-lane highway. With his mom at his shoulder, he was forced to hit the books, paving the way to a degree in mechanical engineering. The other lane was paved with burnt rubber, as motorsports are in his blood.
Drag racing's always been there. I was born and raised basically at the drag strip. My grandparents, John Broughton and Marguerite Broughton, they started at Detroit Dragway back in 1971. My grandfather was the first African-American manager in drag racing. So I grew up at Detroit Dragway. I was there every weekend as a child. You know, subsequently, I took kind of the road less traveled, so to speak, because I'm a first-generation driver.
My son, the youngest of my three, he just fell in love with racing. And he just raced everything he ever had and practiced racing.
I raced my bike. I raced in the bathtub. I had a little plastic red helmet that I used to put on, and I'd get the water hot so it'd have smoke coming off of it to make it seem like I was doing a burnout, like I was in a funny car.
We were at the track, and Brian probably maybe was 4. I looked up, and he was helping another racer push a race car, and you could barely see him.
My days typically start at 6 a.m. I work out 6 days a week. I go into the office till about 5 p.m. You know, I'm constantly cutting away to go handle business, whether it's checking on parts or is working on the next sponsorship proposal. I'm working on that whole work-life balance bit, but racing is 24/7, man. The reality is that you really can't turn it off. We're en route to Victory to go pick up some race fuel. Then on the trend to go pick up push rods. Beautiful. Loving it. All right. You too. Thank you. No, I got you. In fact, I got to put the motor into this thing. I'm at the wrap shop right now picking it up. I just want to go fast tomorrow.
As night sets in, Brian heads to the shop to finish off the motor.
That night, we dealt with no less than 3 unexpected challenges that we had to overcome. But I wasn't concerned. Obviously, I would have liked to have left at 2 a.m. We got out of there 3 hours later, but we still were able to get to Norwalk on time. And so I think that's more credit to our team overcoming challenges. Man, dude, you know where to find me. Look at this guy, right? He's over here taking tickets, huh? You gotta love that.
Look at his team. Looks like a beauty contest.
And Timo didn't waste any time building a home away from home.
Brian Olatunji from BrianORacing.com.
You can catch me. I'm sort of out in the boonies, man. I'm out in the suburbs, all right? Come on down there, say hello. I'll sign it for you. Ah, sweet. You know what? Let me grab another color. Oh, look at that. Give me some skin, dude. Knuckles. Come down there, say hello to Bertha. That's what we call, you know, our Monte Carlo. That's Bertha. She's got a little weight on her, but she still likes to tiptoe down that 1320.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you. on 2. Let's go champions on 2. 1, 2, champions.
I'm ready. Let's see how far we go.
When I'm actually strapped into the hot rod, that's kind of my sanctuary. That's my time when I can completely focus on the task at hand.
Let's see how far we go.
Only thing I'm focused on are those amber lights. Cutting the perfect reaction time or as close to 000 as possible.
And here's Brian Olatunji here. Talked about him a little bit earlier today.
Once I hit the loud pedal, when I see the ambers, she dancing.
Brian's first pass was awesome, with Bertha reaching 128 miles per hour.
Nothing's wrong with the engine. Chris put together an awesome piece for us. She sounds fantastic. First pass out. Got a little tuning to do, but she's gonna be good to go.
As it turns out, Brian had no need to make immediate repairs as the race was canceled due to rain. Open house for John Force Racing in Indianapolis, home to the first family of drag racing. A chance for Brian to meet and catch up with funny car royalty.
Going to John Force's shop, it's a funny car factory. I mean, they literally produce every component necessary for them to bring a hot rod from thought to fruition. And so going to his shop is always kind of like being a kid in a candy store, so to speak.
Well, what we got here, we just got a 5-axis porting operation with a 5-axis code that simultaneously moves the machine in all 5 axes.
It's a magnificent shop. It's astounding at the technology and what he's able to create there. Good to see you. Likewise, man.
Doing good.
Thanks for having me, man. Fantastic. I love what you got going on here, obviously. Coming from nothing and being where you are, it's amazing, man.
The only guy I know can out-talk me, but I like it.
Heroes are made, not born. And in drag racing, there's no greater self-made man than John Force. And with more than 130 career victories and 15 series championships to his name, he's living the stuff of Brian's dreams.
It started in the old days, sleeping in a hot pickup truck with no air conditioning. And those bologna sandwiches, they got a little ragged.
When I read about his humble beginnings and how he started with nothing, I think about how my Uncle Johnny and I started on the east side of Detroit with not even a screwdriver.
I've been doing this 35 years, and I've been on fire from here to Australia, okay? I do it because I love it. Didn't make any money the first 10 years. But Brian, he's got the same attitude. He wants to win. He's after it, and he's gonna find that dream. He's gonna get to where he wants to be.
Love you too, man.
Okay, thank you.
I envision myself to one day be in that position where, you know what, I'll have a full-on race shop with all the resources for us to be able to be 15-time champions one day. Here we are at the U.S. Nationals. It's the pinnacle of motorsports. It is our Super Bowl, our World Series, the Daytona 500, all wrapped into one. There's funny cars to my left, funny cars to my right. It's a bound with nothing but million-dollar equipment, and one day I hope to be here.
And to reach the top and stay there, you gotta make friends.
And I let them know about what we got going on and, you know, and our partnership and all that good stuff. So
I'm proud of you.
hey,
Really
thank
am.
you, man. Just always want to let you know, man, I appreciate you, and we do our best to represent Lucas Oil, okay?
Good deal.
You know, it's good to be there, handle some business, but really, I want to be strapped into a rocket heading down that 1320. That's what it's about for me. My team and I has enjoyed the support of Pepsi and the U.S. Army in the past, and we've had long relationships with them. And yes, we do have some very strong partners, but some of our largest partners this year just were not on board. So it made it very unique and it made it challenging because this game is really about resources. It's he who has the resources is able to be able to procure the talent and all the necessary equipment to be able to compete. So as the season approached, you know, it was a bit of anxiety.
Brian and team would find out that anxiety would be a big part of their season diet.
Okay, what is the latest time? Because I was told that they said 7 o'clock, and here we are beyond that 7 o'clock hour.
I found a little crack in the oil filter housing, you know. We got a radiator cap just went bad. So it's like, you know, just it's one thing after another, but it's ready to go now.
She come through the big end, man, she was dancing something vicious. I had to pull the laundry. Usually I wouldn't pull it on the pass like that, but I mean, when she's walking like that, you definitely have to do something. There's our root cause right there. Looks like we created too much
Pressure.
pressure with these valve covers. Damn, I mean, look what it did though.
The love for racing led Brian to fund his own program.
All right, let's see what we got.
He was all in.
Everything that I have is right here in this thing. The way I look at it, it's easy to go out there when you have corporate backing and those folks are pushing you to the next level. But how is it that you would expect anyone to believe in you if you don't believe in yourself? And I believe that the best investment that I can make is in myself. And so I made that investment in myself, and I do it all over again in a heartbeat.
That confidence allowed Brian O to battle through numerous roadblocks while pursuing his destiny. No sponsor, no engine, brand new engine blown up.
It basically just, the ring lands failed. It looked like the piston broke.
And weather problems. He was able to turn adversity into fuel.
Whenever you're chasing your dream, you're gonna find that you have obstacles that you have to overcome. So more importantly, it's about keeping yourself motivated during that time. When you have that obstacle to say, hey, get out of bed, come on, you can do this. This is your dream. This is what you're fighting for. This is why you wake up in the morning. And that's the most challenging aspect of it.
Although Brian O's journey has been challenging, he cherishes those successful moments driving his hot rod.
The best way I can describe driving a hot rod, you know, folks always ask me, hey, is it fun? You know, I've been doing it for so long, it's not really fun when you're doing it. Of course you love it and you enjoy it, but it's fun after you know you've done well. And that's when you get that sort of out-of-body experience, when it's like, wow, I feel like I'm floating, like I'm Luke Skywalker.
Brian carries his lightsaber proudly, not only for himself, but for the minority youth who have a special place in his heart.
It's important that our people succeed, and it starts with school. Yes, the hardwood is cool. Yes, driving a hot rod is cool. But you know what? I have an education, and that's more important to me than anything else that I'm able to accomplish strapped into a hot rod.
His mother taught him at an early age to give back to the community and be a role model.
I consider myself a role model for anyone chasing their dream. You gotta believe in yourself, independent of what the circumstances are. I like to say, hey, my dream is much larger than the facts. And if I didn't believe that statement, then I wouldn't be where I am today. So I tell any young person, it doesn't matter if they're African American, if they're Hispanic, Asian, white, I don't care. The reality is that you gotta find a dream, you gotta find a passion, and you gotta believe in yourself and chase that dream.
Brian practices what he preaches. For years, he has been committed to his dream of winning drag racing championships. His resilience has kept him going, searching for new sponsors, which makes it possible for his hot rod to go fast.
I invest every second into it. In fact, I never look at any time as vacation time. I just look at it as more opportunity for me able to commit to my dream. Racers don't take vacations, man. We go to the racetrack.